Why are the nations in an uproar, in turmoil against God? And why do the people devise a vain and hopeless plot? The kings of the earth take their stand, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and His Anointed, the Davidic King, the Messiah, the Christ, saying, "Let us break apart their divine bands of restraint, and cast away their cords of control from us. He who sits enthroned in the heavens laughs at their rebellion. The sovereign Lord scoffs at them, and in supreme contempt he mocks them. Then he will speak to them in his profound anger, and terrify them with his displeasure, saying, Yet as for me, I have anointed and firmly installed my King upon Zion, my holy mountain. I will declare the decree of the Lord. He said to me, You are my son. This day I proclaim, I have begotten you. Ask of me, and I will assuredly give you the nations as your inheritance, and the ends of the earth as your possession. You shall break them with a rod of iron. You shall shatter them in pieces like earthenware. Now therefore, O kings, act wisely. Be instructed and take warning. O leaders, judges, rulers of the earth, worship the Lord and serve him with reverence, with awe-inspired fear and submissive wonder. Rejoice, yet do so with trembling. Kiss, pay respect to, the Son, so that he does not become angry, and you perish in the way, for his wrath may soon be kindled and set aflame. How blessed, fortunate, prosperous, and favoured by God are all those who take refuge in him. Why are the nations in an uproar? The psalm opens with a rhetorical question. Why are people and nations rebelling against God and his anointed one, the Messiah? Kings and rulers are depicted as plotting together to throw off what ear they see as God's authority. They see his rule as restraining them. Let us break their bands means they want to live without God's moral laws or divine rule, in total independence. He who sits in the heavens laughs. God sits enthroned, unshaken and above all human plots. He laughs not because it's humorous, but because their rebellion is foolish and powerless against him. In his anger, he declares, despite their schemes, he has already installed his king on Zion, Jerusalem, meaning God's plan will stand no matter what. Well, I will declare the decree of the Lord. Now the Anointed One, the Messiah, speaks. God has declared this king to be his son, pointing to a divine and special relationship fulfilled in Jesus Christ in Christian belief. God offers the Messiah dominion over all nations and the power to judge and rule them firmly. Rod of iron. Now therefore, O kings, act wisely. This is a warning and an invitation to the kings and rulers. Be wise and submit to God's authority. They are urged to worship and serve the Lord with reverence, with both joy and fear. Kiss the Son is a sign of respect and submission, like paying homage to a king. If they reject the Son, they risk God's judgment. But those who take refuge in the Son, trust in him, are blessed, safe, favoured, and under divine protection. Overall, Message Psalm 2 is a prophetic picture of God's plan to install his Son, the Messiah, as king over all the earth. Though nations and rulers may rebel, God remains in control. The wise path is to honour the Son, not fight against him, and find blessing by trusting in him. In Christian theology, This psalm points directly to Jesus Christ, the true Anointed One, who was rejected by earthly rulers, but is now exalted as King and will one day rule all nations.